channel. This is Grace, and for those of you who have not been here, welcome. I make videos about motherhood, the daily lives, the struggles, joys, and also about my love for bags and makeups, something luxury which I'm growing a fond of. And of course, financial planning. We always want to be better, so I think that's part of growing up. And for today's video, I'm going to explain to you part three of my financial planning tool, which is a yearly tracker of all my expenses, my income, and my target savings. So if you have not seen my first video, I'm going to link down the link below in the description, which talks about the monthly planning or monthly financial planning, which gives you all the details. And also my second part, I'll also put the link of the video below, which talks about the yearly planning of your finances. So it's basically a prerequisite for the yearly tracking of your finances. So without further ado, let's get into it. I've created my yearly financial planning or master list, I call it, wherein I list down all the birthdays, all the things that I know for sure I would spend, and I can plan it out, schedule, or create it into a sinking fund. So that was all the birthday celebrations wherein we are going to host, and also Christmas gifts, vacation, etc. So now I have created this yearly tracker. It's just an overview for the whole year. I'm gonna link you my inspiration for this. But then I somehow tailor fit it to my needs and how I would like my table would be. So basically, if I'm going to explain to you, I just put in here on the first column the types and then the category. So this is the name of all the expenses. And then since for me, I planned this out considering the end of November salary. So this will be end of November until the end of 2023. Since this is the first time that I'm gonna do it, so and also this, let's see how it goes. For me, I would normally improve as I go along. Yeah, so this is my first tracker for next year. But I would not be able to do that if I hadn't planned my year yet. Where is that? Let me just check. If I didn't do this, if I don't have this information, I wouldn't be able to put it all here, you know. So basically the idea is you have your income here. So any income that you get, even contribution from a family member to you, is considered an income. Everything that gets into your bank account is an income. So most common is the salary. In Germany or maybe in your country, there is a child care support from the government. This is a contribution from my husband on our household money. Then if I stay if in my state where we are, in Bavaria, in Germany, for families that have a kid less than 3 year old, you get the family support money. Then I have some, maybe if you have bonuses, a group of friends, we put money together, so we call it hulugan. and there's a schedule who will get that fund every 3 months. So, and then I put here total income. Yeah, so I just would know in a monthly perspective, I would know. Yeah, so, and this is in a yearly perspective, total per item. Yeah, and somehow you already, it could still change because you'll never know if it's bigger or not, but this is more or less based on how they call it, estimate based, because there are calculators for the net income. Yeah, I don't know in other countries, but in Germany there is that salary calculator wherein taxes are considered already, and this will be your net, for example. And then below that I put the fixed expenses. This will be at the beginning of the at the end of 2022 will be our rent. Beginning January we will start to pay for mortgage for our new flat, which we will move eventually by end of first quarter. And then for now we are just paying interest for that mortgage. We are not yet fully, so this is my contribution to that interest. And then I also send money to my parents as support for them. It's very common for Filipino kids to support their parents when they're older. Then I still have to pay dentist. I had something done by the dentist and I'm paying for it monthly. And then some savings, so some of them are target numbers. And then savings from my daughter, how much is it every month? My student loan, how much we pay for the child care, how much is the extra insurance. So you list down everything for your fixed expenses, which are, as the name says or suggests, it is a fixed expenses. It's the same every month, so that's why it's there. And then I put down the variable expenses. So this is the fund that I'm talking about with my friends. We pool 50 euros, friends, and we schedule who will get that fund every 3 months. Let's say if I need to order to Amazon, and I divided my spending into two. It's just my way of scheduling my finances in a month. So beauty, food, also I divide it into two. It's only for scheduling, but all in all it's 500. It's up to you, but this is how I design it. How did I know that? Because of my monthly planning, financial planning, wherein I would know that it's needed for scheduling. Because if you don't know, if you have not seen my monthly planning video, I'll put the link down below in the description. I would quickly explain, because not all expenses comes in at the beginning of the month. Some of them mid of the month. So of course, you don't get the full amount beginning of the month. You might get half of it. It depends on when the money comes in. So that's why it's divided into two. Same with here. And for Christmas gifts, and I did order some Chanel makeup, so that's 196. I had, based on my yearly planning that I explained in my second video on financial planning. Based on this, I put in already the birthday Feb fund, birthday April fund, anniversary April fund. I did order some makeup for etc. Okay, and then also the Christmas fund, which is also taken the info. I would have known only what to put there if I plan on this. So this is actually a prerequisite on this one. Okay. And so I again have a total expenses per column on a monthly perspective. I know how it is. On a yearly perspective, I know how much it is. And then I added this balance. So this is basically total minus all the expenses. So this is my minus this is the balance per month. Yeah. And then below I put the savings because more or less these are all target numbers here. This is the plan that I would put in the savings fund. Based also, this is also based on this here in my yearly financial planning. I put it here. So I know already that I would love to have this petty cash fund, which is intact every month. It has to be refunded if something is taken out there, and birthday celebrations. So it's already based on that. Yeah. And these also are taken into as an expenses. So basically this is just a tracker for your savings, like how much in a monthly perspective and how much in a yearly perspective. Okay, so feel free to put estimates here if they're still in the future. As you go along, you correct it. Somehow this I know is my net income for the first 2 months, and this is the estimates. Yeah. And exactly, so I think it's quite clear. Again, it's just a monthly tracker, and it's also nice to have this yearly tracking, right? That you would know that actually you are spending so much on mortgage. I mean, mostly it's the biggest chunk, right? And you can add here as you go along other expenses. Yeah, but these are the fixed expenses. It would be more here on this side. So I think that's it, and it's a good tool. Then as you go along the year, you would have your tracker. Yeah. So I think it's pretty clear, and that's it. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoy. Value the value of this tracker. So it's nice to have. So first of all, knowledge is power. So the more you track, the more you know. For example, every quarter you want to check how much your expenses are. So it's nice to have it. And then you would know, oh, we spend so much on this, so we will not spend so much on the next month. So let's say you spend so much on variable expenses, because this is where most of the time you have you can play around, yeah, based on your actual situation. So let's say you say by end of mid-year, so end of June, oh my god, we spend so much on this item. Let's say I spend so much on makeup. Maybe I ordered this and ordered that there. Okay, for the next 3 months, it's a no spend for me for makeup. Yeah, because you cannot anymore. So you know what I mean? If you have all this tracker, it would guide you, yeah, for your decision making financially. Yeah, the more you have the information, the more you are guided on your decision. And the more if you do not implement this information based on your tracking, the more you would know that something is wrong. Yeah. Yeah. And for example, on a positive note, it's nice to have all these targets that you would know, yes, I can save this much money, for example. It's nice to be motivated. Yes, this is my target, yeah. And you would also know, okay, for this month, since I have a lot of, for adjustment again, I have a lot of unplanned expenses, emergency expenses, then I cannot save for this month. So that's the value of this tracker. So in general, knowledge is power. It guides you in your decision making, whether or not you would spend in the next months or not anymore. Yeah, so that's it. So now that you have seen the video, the details on how I track my financial on a yearly basis, this is just to recap the value of it. I've also mentioned. And yeah, thank you for watching. And if you like the content of my channel, please, I would love it if you subscribe, you like, or you put down some comments. Let me know if you're watching. You can tell me how to improve, or you can ask me questions. Feel free. So thank you so much, and I hope that you will have a nice weekend soon, and hopefully for the Christmas season you will have joy with your families, with all your loved ones. Thank you very much, and see you in my next video. Bye bye.